celebrating the release of his new album, Parts and Labor, which is coming out on Friday. Released on Baby Tooth Cassette's album release show is going to be at Club Congress. And this is an album that features a full band sound for Jess. Tonight he's going to be performing solo for us. So before we head over to Studio 2A for a live set, we did want to share one track from the album so you can get a little bit of a flavor for the studio sound. This one's called Little Star from Parts and Labor by Jess Matsen. And right when this is done, we're going to head over to Studio 2A for a solo performance by Jess. That was a new one from Jess Matsen called Little Star off of his forthcoming release, Parts and Labor. And we're joined now in Studio 2A by Jess Matsen. Jess, take it away.
the sun shining. Paradise reminding old dream. They don't do anything. There was a homeless man, taught me how to Rubik's Cube. So I went out and bought some food for the dude. Thank me we're solving solid colors, and my mind went over and I stopped seeing double. There's a rude woman saw me like a sign of a crossing man, like a train. I know one only for the lone and afraid. I will carry you around. I will get used to the sound of my feet. Are used to the street, completely blind. Someone's flying planes in your deep brown eyes. I see the tricks reflecting in the powder blue sky. You're twisting like a lizard, telling all your lies. I'll twist you like a pretzel when I lay between your thighs. Forgiveness is a virtue, and I'm a sucker for your charm. Summer, the windy, another day. It's cooler in the summer than I used to be. Oh, to know you together forever until we part. We part. We part. My grandmother called, wish me happy Mother's Day. 'Cause we all been mothers somewhere along the way. I think she's getting old and losing her mind. Always talking in her circles in the wrong damn time. We're born as babies and we die the same. We're all just trying to stay out of the astral plane. Oh, to know you well, well.
You're tuned in to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. My name's Matt Milner. This is Locals Only, and I'm live in Studio 2A with Jess Matsen. Jess, thank you so much for coming down tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So, big week. We've got the new album coming out Friday night.
Yeah.
So, I want to focus our attention there, at least for the time being.
Sure.
You have, you've been a prolific songwriter for many years.
Mm-hmm.
You have also been a fairly prolific home recorder over that time. You put out singles, EPs, albums you've recorded yourself. But this is, at least by my count, just the second time that you've really done the sort of proper studio thing for your songs. So why did you feel like this was the right time to head back into the studio?
I don't know. It's never the right or wrong time for me. It's just whatever seems to be going around. I wanted to make something professional sounding, and I met this engineer, Brad Sconzeret. I worked with him, and he's a really good dude, really good engineer. And we went to St. Cecilia After Hours, that studio that used to be downtown.
Yeah.
That's gone. And we didn't spend a ton of time in the studio, and a little bit in his house, and I recorded some at home. But yeah, this is the most professional thing I've done to this day.
And we did, at the beginning of the hour, we got to hear an album track so people can get a sense for that great production, the sort of full band sound. So were you heading into the studio with a band, or did you just have a couple people come in and lay down some tracks as more session musician types?
Well, Josh, who's been my roommate for the past 4 years, he plays in Dirt Friends and my other band, Rough Night. He and I got together. I had all the songs pretty much written, and then we'd take him to the studio. It was just me and him there laying down the basic tracks, and he kind of helped me figure stuff out and add drums. And then I had Kevin from The Rifle come in and play bass. Cool. That's why they're playing the release. Just make it easy. They're both in the band, and they're both another good band, so it works out. Yeah.
Yeah, so on that note, Friday night at Congress, not only will Jess be performing with the full band, but also The Rifle and Dirt Friends on the bill as well. So from the time that you started recording tracks until the time that you decided that you were done, it was ready to come out into the world, how long was that period of time that you were working on the album?
I mean, the album's been actually done for like almost a year. It's kind of, yeah. Some things fell through. It was supposed to get pressed on record, on vinyl, but that fell through, which is fine. I'm kind of like over it, if that sounds bad. I really like the songs, and I'm excited to play them and release into the world, but I have very like ADD mind. I'm always like, what's next
Sure.
song, and a lot of stuff gets kind of just like pushed aside, but yeah, I'm happy with it.
And on Friday, it'll be available on cassette, is that right?
Yeah, Baby Tooth, shout out to them. They do awesome stuff for the town. Yeah, Jake and all the people over there were nice enough to put out. I think it's a short run, very limited, folks, so if you don't get one, sorry.
I'm curious, of because you're somebody who does write a lot of songs, did you, as you were heading into the studio to work on this batch and you knew that you wanted something that had, more of a kind of polished professional sound, were there songs that you had sitting around that you knew were right for this kind of treatment, or were you writing songs specifically for the challenge of bringing them into the studio?
That's a good question. Not really. I don't plan stuff that much. I wish I did. I should plan more. It was just kind of like, this is what I have right now. I'm gonna throw it out there. Some people that are my close friends kind of give me crap for that. Just like, I don't think things through all the way. But yeah.
So now that you're ready to put the album out into the world, do you have the bug to do more of the full band stuff, or are you anxious to be able to just retreat back into your hobbit hole and do things by yourself with all your pedals?
I don't know. I kind of want to do a mix. I really want to do something like a lot more stripped down, maybe even like kind of like classic country, like old Neil Young and like, you know, Glenn Campbell and stuff like that. I've been on like a Glenn Campbell kick. I was watching his documentary about it where he got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. It's really sad. My grandma's going through the same stuff. It's kind of getting teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, he's amazing. It's just, yeah, I'd like to do something like that. Some like, yeah, classic.
Yeah. So, we once again, we can look forward to Friday night with the full band for Jess for a little bit of a different sound. It's going to be at Congress. 8 o'clock show, is that right? Something like that?
8:30. I mean, it's on Tucson time, you know. Everybody likes to show up like 2 hours late. So, but yeah, I play probably around like 9:15.
Cool.
But yeah, it should be a fun show.
Excellent.
And I made sure, you know, strip down sets for all the bands. We're gonna play like 6-song sets each. It's gonna be nice and easy for you to come see. So you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Always thinking about the audience.
You know, you don't want people to suffer.
No.
Just long enough.
You're the only one who needs to suffer for your art.
Exactly. Right.
So once again, the new album, Parts and Labor, comes out on Friday, Baby Tooth Cassettes. We're going to get back to the music here with Jess Matsen. And Jess, take it away.
Thank you. Check. And then we'll both wander around like the sadness still hangs around and plunder. I know all the gold can't buy the happiness somewhere lies beyond her. There's an orange man that has the plans to do destruction once again and build it up. I know they came for the kingdom, the heart. There's a memory man who takes my plan, put it all aside. It's a car that drives nice and easy up the mountainside. And I hold the wheel, on the other hand, move to shift the gear. Like a you, yeah, you got that sweet touch. Sweet touch. And we're all in other worlds. The touch is screen. You touch the girl that I wanted down. It takes away our loneliness and puts it in a little brick and boxes it away. Scribbled down, electrified and pretty now. Oh, you wonder why. All bounds like a saint who knows his place. That sweet touch. Oh, you, yeah, you got that sweet touch. Rest in the rose, head to your toes are feeling light, swearing to God, though you don't believe in his might. Recycle and you think it disappears. It's a long ride to the coast. Shadow on your way. Make the best of the day. It's a holy stain on your mother's blouse. Take the long ride out. The grandfather clock ticks the time as you walk, and your heart beat like a drum to the sound. waves on a winter day, you and me.
You're tuned in to 91.3 KXCI Tucson. My name's Matt Milner. I'm live in Studio 2A here on Locals Only with Jess Matsen. Jess, thanks again for coming down tonight.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
It is a pleasure to have you, Jess. Once again, Friday night, the release of the new album, Parts and Labor, at Congress will be the album release show. Cassettes will be available on Baby Tooth cassettes. You know, one thing that strikes me, we've had the chance to do this a few times over the years, and I feel like now more than ever, for the batch of songs you're sharing with us tonight, you get to enjoy being a guitar player as well a little bit. Do you feel like in your in recent years, for the material that you've been working on, and in particular, you know, what you're sharing with us tonight, is that a conscious part of your development as a solo artist and songwriter? Do you feel like you've been able to stretch your chops a little bit more, or do you think that's something that's just kind of unconsciously crept into the music?
I think I've just gotten better at guitar. I mean, I'm not great by any means, but I used to be worse, I guess. So now that I can actually kind of play a little bit, I'm proud of myself a little bit more. But
there you go.
Again, it's more fun when you're good at something.
Sure. Well, do you think some of it has to do with the fact that you mentioned, of course, you know, playing with Rough Night, and you of course have played with bands over the years, but for the last few years, that primarily you have been making music as a solo artist. Do you think your relationship to the guitar has changed because of the context in which you're performing more often?
Yeah, that's probably true. And the jobs that I've had, which is kind of like circled around what the name of the album is. I worked at Rainbow Guitars as a guitar tech for 2 years, and I had a guitar in my hand all day, every day. I was just working on them, but I also got to play and test each one.
Right.
And I was around a lot of really good guitar players, like crazy good guitar players. Bill that works there and Richie, they're insane. And I kind of you just like try to be a sponge, and you pick up like little things, and definitely.
And as we talked about before, the album itself has it's, for lack of a better term, it's got a pro sound to it. It's got clean production, some great drum tracks. It's different than some of the than what people might be used to if they've seen you performing live, as a solo artist. But I'm curious, as somebody who has spent a lot of time as a bedroom recording artist, recording things yourself and putting them up online in a very different process. Mm-hmm. Are there parts of the process that you enjoy more when you're going and doing a proper studio album, and then are there parts that you enjoy less?
Well, this one, I have to give credit to Brad for all the cleanness and neatness on this, because I with that, it was like I could just do whatever I want and be like, no, do this or do this. Like, no, I don't like that. And he was like a master at like kind of doing that, and because I haven't really been recording at home as much, probably because I enjoyed that so much. I'm like, I just want that all the time. Like someone to push the buttons. And it's kind of more fun to just like, I can just paint stuff and
Sure.
have them do the board. Even though I do like recording, and I always will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And do you feel like your ability to articulate what you were looking for in the recording was something that changed over the course of it? Like, is the process of going in and doing more of a proper studio thing, does it change your ability to kind of know in your head what you want to come out when you've got a wider palette that you can work with in a studio?
I mean, nothing ever comes out as you think it's gonna.
Right.
Like, you have one idea and then it is totally something else. But I think Brad really, is kind of made it larger than life. Like, we're not going to sound as good as the record live. It's just like, because we had other people come in. I had Karima Walker sing on one track.
Oh, cool.
Guitars from Mute Swan, Jim Colby, who's like notorious. He's just like does everything. Vox Urbana, Hormone. They're having like a release at his house on the 13th. You'll have to find out details on that, but
in the white pages, I guess, or wherever you find the address for his houses. It's
so cool. Like, I don't know. He's crazy. He's definitely someone that people need to look out for. He's awesome. But yeah, and then Josh and Kevin and Connor Gallagher, of course. Usually everybody knows Catfish, but he played pedal. He only played on one song. He played Pedal Steel, but it's really beautiful. I actually recorded that myself. Brought my gear over to his house, and we recorded 5 tracks, and I'm just like, we'll just pick the best one, and I ended up leaving all 5, and I just panned them, so it sounds like whales. It sounds like really like kind of moving. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you had finished working on the album almost a year ago at this point. In the interim, you talked about your kind of musical restlessness, your desire to always find the next thing to move on to. Do you know what that is, or do you have something in the works that you've been cooking up?
Yeah, I got some songs. Got some ideas. I might try to record with Gabe Sullivan at Dustin Sound, because he's a little dusty, and I think I need that on my next record.
You got to get your street cred back after doing like the polished professional album, right?
Yeah,
you need your difficult
I
album
have any
now.
Street cred, but whatever I have is gone. Because I was away for a while.
Right. So before we wrap things up here with one last set, again, a reminder for folks that the new album Parts and Labor comes out Friday. The release show is going to be at Club Congress, featuring performances as well by The Rifle and Dirt Friends. And Jess, if people aren't able to make it out on Friday night, what will be the best way for them to find the record?
Go to Wooden Tooth and buy. Just go there anyway, even if you're not going to buy my album.
And they'll have cassettes at Wooden Tooth Records.
Unless they get sold out.
Which could happen if you come on Friday night.
It might not, but it might. You never know. I think there's limited 50 copies, so... and I think they're not that expensive. They're like $7. And the artwork of the album is really awesome. Nick Giorgio, local artist, who's actually going to New York for a show. He's crazy too. He's a madman. But yeah, I love his art, and linked up with him for a music video, and that should be coming out soon. And yeah, so he's killing it. I know a lot of people that are doing awesome things.
Well,
including yourself. So.
Well, you're doing awesome things too, Jess. We're so happy that you could join us again tonight. It really is always a pleasure to have you on. And we're going to wrap things up here with one more set of music. We've got another 15 minutes or so here on Locals Only, and Jess is going to play us out. Remember, if you happen to miss any of this performance, you can head to the KXCI website. Probably tomorrow we'll have a link to this up. We'll also have a link on our YouTube page. You'll be able to watch this performance in the glory of Technicolor.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. There's a lot of lights here.
There are a lot of lights.
I feel like I'm in like a CVS or something. You walk in there, it's like 12 at night, and you're like, you know what I mean? That feeling.
I do. Yes.
I get it. It's for the cameras, but it's a lot. But yeah. Cool. All right. Guess I'm going. tale of the young blood in the eyes staged out the punk scene. A piggyback ride from a pretty young drunk thing. Violent and thin, feeling the spins on a little blue dot where love is lost and love is made. Walked home alone, took the long way. Skipped my goodbyes, all that make me stay. Had a panic attack at the Frank Lloyd Wright House. Satellite blinks an orbital lighthouse. Violent and thin, feeling the spin on a little blue ball where love is lost and money is made. Focus on the sun, try to find your way out of here. When I lie to you, just know you're the only one. When I lay with you, just know you're the only one. And nothing new underneath the sun. She told the moon that he's the only one. Yeah, he's the only one. Birds are in the trees, laughing with a whisper to the leaves. How was the wedding? Well, it was quite nice. They had all the red food and we danced all through the night. The mixing of the the girls in the city playing night. Handcuffing season, you sleep all lot more than you like. And on the way down to the station now, your hands are praying to the long line. I try to count it all. I'm on ahead for the play right here. Don't break for the crack in the road. Hearts are on.
You've been listening to Jess Matsen live in Studio 2A here on Locals Only, 91.3 KXCI, Tucson.